All right, my people of faith, let's take another walk. Let's talk on the subject of Satan. Satan himself, fallen star, Lucifer. Excuse me. The reason why I want to talk about Satan is because of jealousy. And when does jealousy kicks in, or when does evil kick in? In the last days, there are going to be many people, or many will come in the name of good or professing good, but at the same time, their heart will be far from love. So I do want to put some thought to Satan and his strategic. There we go. Can I get it out again? Strategic devices that he has been doing since the beginning. And it starts with him doing what he did in the beginning. This is the reason why I know. Well, let's start with this. Excuse me. There's really no reason for a human being, to be jealous. There's really no reason. However, we still are. And we still allow ourselves to be. This is the very reason, I would say, for this very reason, I would say, when God created us, every individual, let's say like there's a trillion of us, every soul that he created within us all was a gift inside each one that's different from the next. So that can explain to some degree how large God is, and how beautiful God is, that he don't have to duplicate himself. So the gift that's inside of me may not be inside of you. That's a reason for us not to be jealous. But that is the reason why we become jealous. So we emulate what somebody else has, or we try to take what somebody else has because we don't have it. This is when evil has entered in. Now let's go back to Lucifer. Lucifer was created an archangel. I don't know the ranking of that compared to a cherub or seraphim or dominion or power or throne. I don't know where that ranks. But inside of Lucifer, he had a purpose. And when God created you, God created you to fulfill your purpose. So Lucifer had, we would say, an assignment to carry out, which is his purpose. He chose not to, because he had within himself to want something more, do what he was designed to be. The scripture says in Isaiah that he wanted to be like the Most High, which means at that point he's comparing himself to something else, which means he's going to compete. At the same time, he wanted something that he wasn't purposed to be. He wasn't purposed to be the Most High. He wasn't purposed to be the Son of God. He wasn't purposed to sit at the right hand. So he says within himself, I will ascend above the clouds. I will be like the Most High. In other words, he has an agenda now. And his agenda is not for his purpose, why he was created. It's actually against his purpose. So this is when Satan enters into us. We have a purpose. So like if I was purposed to be a janitor, and excuse me, I'm very good at what I did or what I do as a janitor. People applaud me. People give me accolades. But yet and still, I see somebody else that's a doctor, and they're getting praised more so than I. They say, like, if I'm getting praised by 100, maybe 100 people, they're getting praised by 2,000. So where the enemy comes in at is say, first of all, look at what's going on. He said, look what you're doing, and look at what they're doing. We both doing very great. Oh, very great. We both doing very good or great, excellent in our purpose. That we don't have to steal from one another. We can actually be equals. When the enemy kicks in, he comes in with his thoughts. And his thought is, look over there. He got 5,000 people following him. You only have 100. So now we have the choice to keep looking in that direction, keep meditating on that thought, or walk away from that thought. Will we become something more? Most cases, we stay on that thought. So which means the enemy is going to feed us illustrations of how we can have what we see another person has. So not only is that person a threat to us now, they're enemy. So this is how Satan looked at God, or Jesus. This is how he looked at him. He looked at him as an enemy versus someone to love or to be loved by. This is how two brothers or two best friends or a marriage couple or whatever, how they could be in love and how they could turn from one another. The enemy came in and stole their soul to a level of completing a different thought, a purpose, where it's not how they were designed to do. So this is where the jealousy kicks in. This is where the massive amount of evil. So you're going to have to reward that jealousy and that evil with something. You can't reward it with love. Love is the most powerful. But love doesn't tolerate pride. It doesn't tolerate arrogance. It doesn't tolerate it. So, because those arrogance and pride are fear-based. They walk with harm. They walk with torment. Mainly to the person who's going to dish it out. That's why they're dishing it out. And that's going to create a world of misery. But love has no dealing with that. So evil has to have its rewards to keep people to continue to do evil. So here come a currency. We may call it gold, silver, brass, anything shiny, anything that one person that may deem as beautiful, the other person may deem as ugly. And with that, they're deeming it like they should have it or they shouldn't have it. Now, where's the purpose of why they was created? Nowhere to be found, because there is no love there. This is what the love of money would do. The love of money, love itself wasn't designed to be on something that's temporal or something that's going to divide or cause harm or bring forth torment. That's why love wasn't meant to be in anything that's going to dishonor us and unfulfill us. Because it's actually, if we do put our love towards anything that would cause us to implode or self-destruct or to be in confusion, we're going to become lost. And now we become like a mindless slave. So how did you reward a mindless slave and the one who's going to empower that slavery? Let's make it more modern or modernistic. Let's talk about putting our love towards money and how come it's the root of evil. Well, the love of money, once you put your love towards it, is already on the assignment to divide, to conquer, to rule, to be greater than. So you walked away from love itself. So now you become tainted. You are walking destruction. You know what I mean? So if anybody that's in the unison of the love of money, or that they love money, or I do everything for money, if you know this person, you're not this person, and you around this person, they are a ticking time bomb. They draw evil. Because the love of money, that's the thought of Satan, to get you not to fulfill your purpose. Because he's not fulfilling his purpose. He's away from love. So how can he be redeemed to get back in right standing to fulfill his purpose? He can't. And this is what he wants to do with us. And for most of us, he has. He have stolen, killed us, and destroyed us. It doesn't matter what class of humanity that you may be in. None of that matters. He has went through nations. He have went through families. He tried to go through heaven. There was a war in heaven. He tried to go to heaven and try to take over God. I mean, he without love, you become like, I mean, crazy is an understatement. You become a lunatic. You become delusional. It's how can you defeat love? You can't. You only can surrender to it. You only can bow to it or walk away from it, but you can't defeat it. I don't care what kind of evil the individual has or they possess. It cannot touch love. Love is untouchable. You have to literally walk away. Love is too powerful for any amount of evil to approach it. It's really that simple. God is just that good. God is just that powerful. He's just that magnificent. He's omnipotent. He is the Most High. There's nothing greater than love. The enemy would try to get us to rise up against God because he has a set assignment of himself, not of God, but of himself, to do nothing but to produce nothing but evil. So if there's a money trail connected to anything, or a love of a money trail connected to anything that a person is doing, there's great evil that's right there. There's the presence of fear is there. The presence of torment is there. They're going to either torment or continue to be tormented, which is why evil is going to produce from them. All right, with that being said, with that being said, my people of faith, you are the blessed. Let's be the blessing. Let's keep walking. This is what evil looks like. Don't focus on the houses. Just look at how the land is like vacated. Like there's no life here. This is what evil does. It strips, it destroys, it kills. And I guarantee you money was involved. I guarantee you money was involved.